What up, homie? It's Shae. Thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me. Today I got a really cool topic for you guys. I'm going to be talking about my top 10 favorite concert experiences. But first, let's get lit. So I found something really intriguing, and of course I had an impulse buy it, and I really want to show you guys. Look at these. These are rose petal wraps. So I just got the original. They had strawberry, cheesecake, blueberry, cherry, all that jazz, but hey, I wanted to try this. I'm kind of scared they're gonna be dry, but let's give it a shot. Worst case scenario, I just end up packing a bong bowl as usual. Ooh, it smells like roses. Okay. Look how adorable these are. They hold 1 gram each. They smell amazing. I like their color. I'm interested to see how they burn because they're kind of thick. But they do come in a pack of 3, so which one should I use? Eeny, meeny, miny, you. Oh, please don't break, please don't break, please don't break, please don't break. Okay, cool. Awesome. And it's got a corn husk filter like the King Palms, so that's pretty interesting. Oh my god, they give you a scroll. And the strain of the week is Grease Bucket. I had to choose the most like repulsive smelling one to go into the rose blunt. You know, it's about that balance. It says that it'll hold a whole gram, but we'll see. Alrighty guys, I'm getting to the end, and I don't know if it's gonna fit the whole 1 gram, but I reread the bag and it says it holds a 0.8. So I mean, close enough. I guess there's a bowl left over. Alrighty, so I got this sucker packed. Let's give it a shot. It just kind of gives it a floral taste. Like, it doesn't really taste how it smells, and I can still taste the weed. This filter is huge. Already top 10 favorite concerts of mine that I've gone to. Now, in order that I went to them, not in order of my favorites, but I'll tell you my favorites. Concert number 1 was Selena Gomez. Back when she was on Disney Channel still, she was Alex from Wizards of Waverly Place, and of course I was obsessed with her as a 9-year-old. We got tickets to see her at the Tulsa Theater. My mom had bought me like nosebleed seats, like way up there, but my sister just so happened to have tickets like on the floor. Oh, my dear sister. She took me from the balcony level down to the floor with her to sit in the seat next to her. Well, right before the show was about to start, this old guy just comes up to us and was like, yo, you're in my seat. Like, this little girl right here, she's in my spot. Like, this is my ticket. This is the correct seat. And she starts arguing with her, even though damn well it was his seat. She's just telling the guy, hey, listen, I just want to enjoy this concert with my little sister. Like, fuck off, can ya? Like, there's plenty of other empty seats. Like, not everybody's gonna show up to the show. He ends up getting security involved, and they come over and ask to look at my ticket, and my sister's digging through her purse and flipping through her wallet, and then was like, Shauna, where's the ticket? Did you have it? Did I give it to you? Like, trying to play it off. But I think what really got them is whenever she looked at me and deadass like nearly fake cried, like, please don't separate me from my little sister. The dude who we ended up stealing the seat from actually got a ticket like a few rows forward, like closer to the stage, but I didn't care. I got to enjoy the concert with my sister on the floor seats rather than up there in the balcony. I had smoke break. Alrighty, concert number 2. Y'all can make fun of me as much as you want. I do not give a fuck. I'm glad this happened, and I'm so grateful I got to experience this. Your girl got to see all 5 members of One Direction and 5 Seconds of Summer in the same concert. How did I get this lucky? I was 13 years old, finally a teenager, obsessed, I mean, brainwashed over 5 boys, One Direction. When I wasn't listening to One Direction, I was listening to 5 Seconds of Summer. Little 13-year-old Shauna was losing her goddamn mind. I got to dance to the best song ever live performance with my sister. That's an incredible memory I'll always cherish. The only picture I could find was this picture of me, my mom, and my sister after the concert. I guarantee you, I screamed so much I didn't have a voice for like a solid week after that. Okay, concert number 3 is not that much better, but the funniest shit happened. So the concert itself was held, of all places, on a farm in Prairie Grove, Arkansas. You may be asking yourself, where the fuck is that? Exactly. So we're in this field, like cow shit and everything, and there's just a stage and some speakers, and it is pouring, raining the whole show. Like, by the time I got there and by the time we left, just constantly just downpour. So my dad's a really big Bryan fan, well, just like a country music fan in general. And this is the only concert I've ever gone to with my dad, so this is pretty special to me. I took my cracked ass Samsung Galaxy S5 to take pictures with, and I just remember being out in the crowd and thinking like, damn, this is the most drunk people I've ever seen in my life, all together in one space. And Luke put on a good show. I knew all the words to all the songs and everything. And that dude can dance. Even though we're all soaked and wet, and even though it was cold and I had to walk around the cow patties, I still made a good time out of it with my dad. But as we're leaving, there's like a truck, and up against this truck are a bunch of dudes and they're drunk ass women. One of the ladies starts picking a fight with her man. She's going off about something, just screaming at him like stupid drunk. And she goes to swing and she takes a huge step back, and then when she does, she puts all her force to it. Totally misses the dude, doesn't even get close, just full body weight, just face right into a mud puddle. Like, that was the funniest shit. That was even better than watching the damn show. So I'm thinking, well, that was pretty good. I can go to bed knowing that I had a good time. And then as we were leaving, my dad does the goofiest shit. So it's really packed. We're just a bunch of cars in a field somewhere. Everybody's trying to get out at the same time. The road's blocked and the line to get out is super long. My dad's like, hell no, I ain't waiting in that line. There's a shorter one over there. And they're letting people out directly onto the road through the gate. My dad drives over, gets in line. We're like right up to the gate where she's letting, like she's opening it up, letting people through. And then we get right up to the gate and she fucking tries to shut that. And my dad, he don't care. He just stepped on that gas pedal and fucking... She had to fucking jump out of the way. And she flung that gate open. And then she had to get up off the mud and she was sliding in the mud. She was sliding in the mud trying to get up, and she slammed the gate shut, and all the cars behind us couldn't go, and I was just in the passenger seat just looking at my dad, and he's just laughing, and I'm like, I can't believe you just did that. Oh my god. He almost ran her over, ran right through the gate. He didn't get, he was getting out of there. And concert number 4. And this one's super special to me. It was Green Day. So my short-term memory is terrible, but my long-term memory is so weird. Like, I can remember things back when I was 2. So I was 2 years old, and I used to steal my sister's Walkman and her CDs, and I would listen to the American Idiot album just on the front porch, just little 2-year-old Shauna just with her little headphones and little Walkman, and I used to skip all the time, but I loved it, and I used to listen to it over and over and over and over. I think my favorite part about it was just like the album art. I just thought it was so cool. It was like a grenade, and it was like a red and black, and it looked so spooky or something. I don't know, intrigued my little 2-year-old brain. So I was 16, and I think it was for Christmas. My sister bought me Green Day tickets. Oh my god, I fucking cried. She videoed the whole thing, and I was just sobbing. So the day of the concert finally comes, and I go to get my belly button pierced, of all things. My grandma literally told my sister, bring her back exactly how she left. And of course I went and got a belly button piercing, sorry Granny. But they wouldn't let me do it without a copy of my birth certificate. Well, they wanted the real thing, but they were like, if you got a copy. So I had to call the school and be like, yo, I'm not gonna be at school today. Also, can you send me a copy of my birth certificate for no reason? I'm pretty sure we got to the BOK Center like 3 hours early, 3 or 4 hours early, because we had general admission seats, and my sister was gonna make sure we got good spots. We met up with a couple of our friends, and we found a good spot up front, so they saved our spot. We went to the t-shirt booth. I got my t-shirt. My sister elbowed her way back through the crowd to go meet up with them again. And then, of course, whenever Green Day came out, everybody rushed and pushed forward, and I was trying not to hurt my belly button ring because it hurt. It was still sore. It was freshly pierced, but everybody was just elbowing, pushing, and shoving, and I was just like, don't hurt it. And then somehow in the madness, little Shauna got pushed up all the way up, and I got to see Green Day front freaking row, baby, front row. Incredible. It was like my mind couldn't even comprehend it. I'm like, the 3 guys that were on the CD singing to me when I was 2 are standing literally like 5 feet away from me. So you remember that cracked ass Samsung Galaxy S5 phone that was already ruined from the rain from the Bryan concert? That was all I had to take pictures at this one, but I tried to make the best of it. And I feel like I did have my camera out a little too much at this concert. I really wish I would have put it down a little bit more. But there was one point in the concert where Billie Joe Armstrong had a pressure washer, like what they use at the car washes and shit. So he has one of those, and he's spraying the whole crowd. And he sprays directly right onto my phone, like straight up just fries the fucking thing. Like the end of the video was the last thing that phone saw. So it's pretty cool that I got to like recover all the videos and shit, but like it wouldn't charge, it wouldn't turn back on. I was just like, oh, well, I guess I'll just enjoy the rest of the concert. They were bringing fans on stage left and right. I thought that was so cool. They brought this little boy on who got to play his guitar, and then at the end of the song, he just gifted it to him just right there on the stage. Made this little boy's heart explode, I'm sure. And at one point of the show, they were singing Do You Know Your Enemy? And he was like, I'm about to bring somebody else on. And he's looking around the crowd and everybody's screaming. And I'm front row going fucking crazy. And he comes right up to me right at the end of the stage. And then he like looks me dead in the eye and goes. And I'm like, oh no fucking way. No way this is happening. So the security rushes over and he reaches this huge ass arms. He looks like a bear, and he's just grabs the girl next to me and just lifts her up and just sets her right on stage. And I'm like, that was supposed to be me. But at the same time, I'm like, okay, kind of glad it wasn't me, because I'd be pissing my pants if that was me on stage right now. I mean, she was kind of nervous, and he was trying to get her to sing, and she was like, so he just took her to the end of the stage, and she just like crowd surfed after that. But I was like, I almost got picked. It was her. She was standing right next to me. That could have been me. And I was this freaking close. So, I don't know. One day I'll get to meet him in person, and I'll tell him the story, and we'll laugh about it. And despite not being picked to go up on stage, and despite my phone getting fucking fried, at least it was destroyed by Billie Joe Armstrong. Like, that's the coolest part. I don't even fucking care at that point. Take my phone. That's always a night I'm always gonna remember and hold dear in my heart, so grateful that happened. Concert number 5. So I'm 17 years old, full-fledged emo phase at this point. Obsessed with Panic at the Disco. Now my sister, she's a 90s baby, so she's been a fan of them since the beginning. And then she bought me Panic tickets. It was for my birthday, I think. It was the Death of a Bachelor tour. The album had just come out, and we had floor seats. So I'm talking to the girls left and right of me. My sister goes and gets drinks, so I'm like stuck there by myself. So we just talk about the concert and what our favorite songs are, what we're excited to see. And one of the girls was like, yeah, and if he comes through the aisle like he usually does in all of his shows, I'm gonna just run through the crowd and high five him. I'm gonna try and hug him. She was like, yeah, I'm a rugby player, so I ain't afraid to get down and dirty. And I was like, down and dirty. Now, I'm tiny. This girl can crush me. And my sister, she will not let anything get between her and what she wants. So he's singing Death of a Bachelor while going through the crowd, and of course that girl runs past me and just shoves through and like runs to the middle of the aisle, and my sister, she makes her way down there, and I'm like just panicking. I'm getting nervous because all these people are pushing and shoving, so I just stand up on the seat and just like look around, and people are already getting kicked out for standing on top of the seat, so I'm like risking it here. I just see him walk by. My sister got a video of her high-fiving him, so I thought that was pretty cool. And the chick beside me, she said she got her high five, and I didn't know what to think. It was a great concert, the concert of my dreams. Grateful that one happened. Concert number 6. Oh shit, it's burning uneven. Hold on. We good. So I think I had to be like 18 years old at this point. And I was already introduced to my friend Mary Jane. It wasn't really like an everyday thing, but like every now and then. But damn, I went through a lot of heartbreak and a lot of hard times like through this period of my life. So I did what every other teenager would do in this era. I just listened to I Fall Apart by Post Malone over and over again until it healed my insides. He ended up touring in Oklahoma City, so I was like, let's fucking go. I had a job at the time, finally, so I bought tickets, and I got one for my sister, and we went. So it was at the Chesapeake Arena where the OKC Thunder play, and of course, everything there is gonna be hell expensive, so my sister came up with a clever idea. On the way there, we stop at a liquor store, and she buys like the little mini bottles behind the counter. And when we get to the parking lot, she just starts stuffing just 1 bottle, 2 bottle, 3 bottle, and she makes it past security. They don't even notice. Oh, and Also, before we left, she rolled a little like toothpick joint and had me put it in my wallet. So the whole time during security, I was just like, oh, please don't have a dog, please don't search me. But it's a fucking concert in Oklahoma. No one's gonna give a fuck. But like, I was a new smoker, so I was still super anxious about everything. We buy ice drinks and I think we buy t-shirts and go find our seats. Y'all, as soon as we find our seats, my sister just starts unloading and putting all the alcohol in her drink, just pouring a little bit more here and there throughout the show. And Sway Lee opened for him, and I was blown away. He did all of the Ray Shremmerd songs, and he fucking killed it. He was so charismatic coming through the crowd. So this concert's already popping. I'm having a good time. My sister's having a good time. Sway Lee did an amazing performance, and Post Malone comes out, puts on an amazing show. He has a beautiful voice, and he played the acoustic guitar, and just his energy, and all of his fans, they sang Sunflower together, like him and Sway Lee, and they were passing out sunflowers in the crowd, and it was just a cool experience. Concert number 7. Now this is one of my favorite moments of my life, like, ever. So I'm actually gonna put this at my second favorite. When I was like 5 or 6 or 7 or something, I was gifted one of those iPod Nanos. It was silver, and that's where most of my music taste comes from. Like 99.999% of my music came from that original iPod that I was given. One of my favorite songs growing up was What I Got by Sublime. Sublime's always just been one of those bands that I've listened to at pretty much every single point of my life, all the way up until this day. I already had my med card at this point, and my sister had wanted me to go to a Badfish concert, which is a Sublime tribute band. She wanted me to go to the concert with her the year before, but I couldn't make it or something like that, so I bought tickets the following year. This was my first concert at the Canes Ballroom, which is kind of a smaller venue. It's basically just like an old basketball gym. I freaking love it. The music sounds amazing in there. And this is Crate's first concert. We were supposed to go see Ghost back when we were 15, but that kind of fell through, unfortunately. That would have been a cool concert. But yeah, I was super hyped. This was my first like Sublime concert, and this was my first concert in a smaller venue, and Crate's first concert. And oh man, as soon as Badfish got on the stage, joints were being passed left and right. The whole building started smoking up. You could just see the smoke stacking above the crowd. There was one part of the show where the dude who was playing the guitar totally just like snapped a string in the middle of the show, and he just retuned that shit while singing. He just kept going. I was like, damn, that's a performer. When you don't let anything stop you, like, the show must go on. And I love the dude who was playing the piano. He was playing the piano with a joint in his mouth, just like, it was incredible. I was in awe. They kind of like stopped the concert for just a second in between songs. There was kind of like a ruckus going in the back, so we look back and they're like, it's okay guys, we're good. Apparently the fire marshal got called because there was just so much smoke pouring out of this building that they thought the building was on fire. So the fire marshal showed up just to see a bunch of like stoners watching a concert. After all that happened, I just kind of turned around and I recognized the guy that was behind me. He was the lead singer from the band who opened. The band was called Dale and the Z-Dubs. They're really cool. I follow them on Instagram, and I found out they're now touring with Sublime with Rome. Like, that's fucking huge, and I'm so proud of them. But yeah, I snapped a quick selfie with him and Crate, and we just watched the show together. So after the like 2-hour drive home, me and Crate are still freaking hyped about this concert. It was so good, just talking about how awesome it was and how we can't wait to go to the next one. You see, Slipknot already announced that they were going to be playing in Tulsa for the Knot Fest. So I'm toasted out of my mind because of all the joints, and I also snuck in edibles, so I was also munching on those throughout the concert too, so there's no telling how far high I was. We're sitting in the parking lot of our apartment, and I'm on the website trying to buy these Slipknot tickets, and I buy them. We're so fucking hyped, and I look down and it says in Little Rock, Arkansas, which leads me to our next concert. Concert number 8, Slipknot. This was at the BOK Center. I totally just spent all my money on these Slipknot tickets. I was actually able to sell the tickets for Little Rock to my coworker, who actually ended up going to that concert for her honeymoon, which I thought was amazing, so shout out to her. But yeah, she just gave me the money and I just used that money to buy the tickets, and we were all good. Me and Crate decided to get there a little bit late because like we didn't really know the opening acts a whole lot, and he just was there to see Slipknot and that was it. And at this point, I had only seen videos of their live shows and it looked fucking sick. I can't wait to go. So we get to the parking garage and I'm like, should I bring my purse? I better bring my purse. It's tiny. I got a little tiny backpack, my little Dora backpack. We get up to the doors and like it's completely empty. There's no line for security. Like, we're late. We can hear cheering from the other side of the curtain, and like the speakers are booming, the crowd's just going fucking wild. We get up to security and she asked me to take off my bag and she asked me to lay it down on the table because they have a little chart that like tells you whether it fits in the guidelines. And I swear to you, my bag was perfectly in that square. And she goes, ma'am, your bag is too big. I'm gonna have to keep it with me here, or you can take it back to your car. This wasn't too long after my skating accident whole ordeal happened, so I was still learning how to walk at this point, so there was no possible way for me to just run back to the car. So I gotta give my bag to Crate, and he's like already nervous because like Slipknot is on the other side of that curtain and we're having to deal with this bag situation with all my stuff in it. So I had some edibles. I just slipped the edibles in my pocket and I made sure I got my wallet and everything of that nature. You know the jingle, phone, wallet, keys, and smokes. I make sure I got everything and I just give my bag to Crate. He like darts, like full sprint out the door, and I went there a little bit and I'm nervous and like time is ticking. Before I know it, Crate's already back in. I was like, how the fuck did he get all the way back to the car and back here in time? I was like, I'm not gonna question it, we're just gonna go in. So as we're walking to our seats, he goes, hey, I stuffed your purse in a bush outside of the doors. I didn't want to run back all the way back to the car in the parking garage, so I just threw it in a bush. We'll find it after the concert. We didn't miss any of the show. I got to eat my edibles during the show, and it was so good. I got to participate in the whole jump the fuck up during the spit it out that I had been anticipating. They played all my favorite songs, and their theatricals were just brilliant. 10 out of 10 show, like all-time favorite show I've ever been to, hands down. So after the show, me and Crate are just sitting back in our chairs, just in awe of what just happened, you know, just talking about everything that we just witnessed. And we're looking down and there's just two drunk dudes just slugging it out, just full on drunk, throwing punches. We're just watching these two dudes fight, and then it finally hits me. My fucking purse is still outside in the bushes. I gotta go find that. In front of the bushes is like a bench, and there was just like a family sitting there, and I'm just like rummaging through the fucking bushes looking for my purse, and like they have no idea what I'm looking for. I'm just like some crazy person just going through the bushes right beside them. So finally I look at them and I'm like, hey, before the concert he stuffed my purse in a bush, and that's what I'm searching for. One of the moms just like turns around and just reaches in the bush behind her, just shoves her hand in it and just reaches back and goes, is this it? I got my purse back. I went home. Concert number 9. This one's pretty cool because I actually missed the first concert I bought tickets for to go see them. I had tickets to go see Highly Suspect at the Canes Ballroom, but the day of the concert was literally the day after my surgery. So I didn't get to go. So not only did my sister get to see Ghost because I didn't get to go, but she also got to see Highly Suspect before I did. But it was cool because this time, the day of the concert, was mine and Craig's 3-year anniversary. And it was also his best friend's birthday. So we got together with Craig's family and Craig's best friend, and we went, it's actually literally just right down the road from my apartment now. So that was pretty cool. And amazing performance. I was in awe and I sung my heart out. It was a great concert. Alrighty, and the last concert I've been to was Sarah Evans, concert number 10. So at this point, I'm finally 21, so this is my first concert at the 7 Bar in the West Side Loam Cherokee Nation Casino in Oklahoma, back on the res. This casino, I pretty much like grew up in the parking lot. My mom was down, she lives like halfway across the state, so I didn't really get to see her that often anymore, so she was down for the weekend, so I was like, why not? Let's go see this concert. She's a really big fan of Sarah Evans. Y'all, I went in without a dime. I was just like, I'm going in empty-handed, we're just gonna see where life takes us. So as soon as I get there, the bar's getting packed. I'm literally the last one to get into the bar. Like, they were giving out stamps, and if you got a stamp, you could come in and out. I got in line, and I showed the dude my ID, and he was like, I got one more, and I was like, my mom's in there, I need to find my mom, she's in the bar, like, I need to find her. So I showed the dude my ID, and he stamps my hand, and there's this lady behind me, and she was like, what? My husband's in there, he's right there, I was next in line, and she cut in front of me. And he was like, she showed me her ID first, should have had it ready. And I was just like, So when I get there, I couldn't find my mom. She was actually already on the machine, so eventually I found her, started playing with her. She just gave me like her leftover tickets. I was just like, here, play this. Didn't really win much, not that big of a deal. I had some beginner's luck, but like, I played it back down. Yeah, so I found my mom's friend. He bought me some drinks. We watched the show. And in the middle of the show, this dude, I guess, got so hammered that he, I guess, slipped. All I know was that people were crowding around. I looked over, and homie's just on the floor, just like asleep, just dead. And I was just like, what the fuck happened? Just drink spilled everywhere. And I was like, wow. And the show didn't stop. She just kept singing. I was just like, you go, girl. Don't let nothing stop you. And then after the show, we ate some pizza with her friends and jumped back on the machines. And I ended up winning around like $40 by the end of the night when I walked in without a penny. So I guess you could say it was a pretty good night. Thank you guys for just hanging with me, listening to my concert stories. I really want to know some of y'all's because I'm sure some of you have some crazy concert stories. Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I'll be coming out with new videos every week now, like every Friday. And be sure to follow me on all of my social media platforms. Always remember to be grateful for everything in life because as soon as you recognize it and are grateful for everything and just change your negative mindset to a positive one, you'll be amazed at how different your life will be. I'm just here to create a positive space for you guys to come hang out and chill with me, and I hope you come back next time. And I just want to let you know you're doing great and I'm proud of you. And until I see you again, Donada, go hunting.